Hello, I'm Angel Rojas with DataCorps Technology Solutions. Today is Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, and this is your Threat Landscape Update. Hi everyone and welcome to the Threat Landscape Update. We took a little break last week for Thanksgiving and we are back. So thank you very much for tuning in and watching again and for reading our newsletter. Again, I really appreciate you very much. It means the world to me that you watch these videos, that you share them, that you talk about them. And of course, I love to get your feedback. So thank you very much for the comments that you've made. I got to see several of you today at a meeting that I had, and it was just great to hear the feedback that these videos are valuable to you. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let's dive right into our update. And something that I have been noticing a lot lately is that cyber liability insurance renewals and new applications are becoming a little bit more challenging to fill out. So what that means is underwriters are kind of tired of having to pay for so many claims, and with so many people working from home, as well as remote access becoming very ubiquitous, they are wanting to expand the protections on business networks to avoid ransomware and help avoid claims. Now, I personally believe that this is a great practice anyway before the underwriters got involved, and I've been telling you about this for some time now, that underwriting for cyber liability insurance is going to become tighter. So what are some of the new requirements that I'm seeing? Basically, external email tagging. We've talked a lot about business email compromise and how email is a vector that is actively used in attacks. So in order to protect from this, insurers are recommending that external emails be tagged as such. What that means is either in the body of the message or in the subject of the message, some identifier, a tag like the word external or a message, is going to be added by the messaging system to identify that email as an external one. So if you would like this added, in many cases we can add it at no additional cost since it is built into the system. So please definitely reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to get that enabled for your system. Multi-factor authentication, another item that we have been beating the drum on for some time now, and that is basically using more than one way to authenticate to a system. So it would be a password and a token, or a password and a push notification, or some other way to authenticate. We use Duo for multi-factor authentication. We have the soft tokens, so they rest on our mobile phone. We also have a hardware token, a USB token. Let's see, I've got it here in my pocket. Because I keep it with my car keys, so it sits on my car keys. And it's basically a little USB device, plugs into the computer, and I just tap right here, and it acts like a keyboard. So it looks like a keyboard to the computer, and it types this really, really long one-time password, and the system authenticates in addition to using my password. So where we can apply this to logging onto your computer, we can apply it to your email, we can apply it to certain applications. And one of the neat things that we can do with this system is if your business applications, your cloud applications, have the ability to use single sign-on and they comply with the SAML standard, we can actually set up a single sign-on portal that gets you signed on to multiple applications with one password. So once you're signed on to the overall system, that authentication then carries on. So for example, if you use Office 365, we can leverage the 365 authentication to sign you on to, we've actually set it up with Amazon.com. So if you use Amazon for buying for your business, we can tie that authentication there. We have used it for our diagramming software. So we use Lucidchart for diagramming. We've applied it there. We have used it with MyGlue and IT Glue, so we can authenticate you to those as well. So there are many different applications that follow that standard, and if your business applications don't follow that standard, I would strongly suggest that you reach out to them and demand it. In this world of complicated security and passwords, having that single sign-on portal is actually an advantage. It leads to better password hygiene and protects you more. So I will be more than happy to have that conversation with your software providers and encourage them to do so. Another item that insurers are requiring is going to be endpoint detection response. And what that is it's an enhanced, sort of an enhanced antivirus product that monitors your system a little closer and looks at behaviors of software. And when it detects software that is not behaving well, that behaves in patterns that are unusual, it will flag it and it can stop. In many cases, it can stop its behavior, and in other cases, it can document its behavior, allowing for forensics to be done very quickly and potentially thwarting an attack that involves ransomware. So it's a great add on. Again, if you need to look into that, we can talk to you about any cost on that. So your action item for this particular item here is set up a meeting with your insurance agent. If you do not have a cyber liability policy, I strongly recommend that you have one. And if you do, start planning and looking at what that renewal is going to look like. You may have clients that are actually requiring you to have cyber liability insurance or requiring you to have some kind of cyber protections and make attestations about it. So again, if I can be a resource to you on that, let me know. If you don't have a good insurance agent that knows about cyber, also let me know. I'll be happy to make you a referral. Next, new protections continue to roll out on our systems. One of the protections that we're researching right now and looking to add is some phishing protection. Now, the reason we don't implement these protections right away and wholesale is sometimes that can break things. So, for example, the phishing protection that we're going to we are researching and looking at will rewrite some of the links in emails. We want to test that rewrite to make sure that legitimate links don't get caught up. And don't get rewritten in a way that makes them no longer work. So again, we do that legwork ahead of time for you to prevent issues. Sometimes issues do happen and we want to be quick about responding to them, but we want to just let you know that we are testing that and that should be coming up here in the next month or so. Firewall audits continue. We want to make sure and have a great baseline on our firewalls. And as we add additional protections and make additional adjustments, we want to make sure that all our firewalls out there are consistent. So we continue to audit our firewalls and improve our baseline as a part of our managed services. And finally, the next couple of items, again, they're repeats, but they're worth talking about. Save your work, please. Always save your work. We roll out patches that are security related hard and fast. A lot of times the items that are addressed in those patches are so urgent that we need to roll them out quickly. So for that reason, we need you to please log off of your computer. Please don't turn it off, but log off of it, which closes all of your work. And if you don't log off of it, at least please save your work so that we don't accidentally reboot your system with an unsaved Excel document or Word document open and then you lose work. The last thing we want to do is lose work. We back up your systems, but again, if you don't save the work, if the file is not updated on disk, then our backup system doesn't have a way to pick that up. So always save your work and please share that with your team. Again, you're free to share this email with anyone you'd like, even if they're not a client of ours. We would love for them to have this information because it is so critical that I believe the only way we can beat cyber attacks is to have this information out there. Finally, training. I did my micro training this morning as I do on Thursday mornings always. And so I'm going to bring you that reminder as well. If you and your team are not actively training and learning more about how cyber attacks happen, you are leaving a lot of opportunity there for a cyber attacker to take advantage of one of your team members. That's the last thing I want you to do. So please reach out to me. Let's get you set up on a training regimen for you and your team so that you can take advantage of that resource. And it's it's pretty neat. It's kind of a game. There's a scoreboard. You can see where your whole team is at. It even gives you the opportunity to look at your threat score, gives you a threat score according to how much training you've taken, and it also monitors the internet for dark web hits, any passwords that might be on the dark web out there. So there's a lot of value packed in this to make it nice and entertaining. The videos are actually not bad. They're pretty good. The newsletters that they send out on a monthly basis are fantastic. They're easy to read, easy to understand. So again, please take advantage of this resource. We'll be happy to get it set up for you. Just reach out. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Lots going on in the world out there. I'm keeping an eye on it for you, and I will promise to bring you just the facts and bring them quick so that you can get on and get on with your day. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you very much, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, and have a blessed weekend.